Nice start by Carmel in lane 4. Nice dive and breakout lane 5. Munster jumping out to a quick early lead. What I tell you about Franklin Community, those guys are up-and-comers, man. They love to race. Been watching those guys for the last couple years. They don't quit on anybody. They believe they belong in there. Fishers is going out strong. They're going to take that. Who's out there leading on the leadoff leg for Fishers?
The leadoff leg for Fishers is Jonathan Dance.
Jonathan Dance, he and Ethan Jamrose have had a great meet. Dance with a very, very strong turn. Tight underwater work. Really coming in strong. Carmel chasing him down at the pit right here. Coming in, not breathing from the flags on in. Great relay exchange, 46.91 for Carmel with the early lead.
Hamilton, Boggs, Kenny, Ashishensky, Jonathan, that is the freshman, Rappin, Eric, Blake Johnson, and Benjamin May going from top to bottom.
Right now we got a 3-team race right in the middle of the pool. Doesn't get any better than this. Munster came right back off the relay exchange after being third at the 100. Got right back into it. Guaranteed right now Carmel is working stronger underwater than Munster. Munster swimmer came up very shallow, and it's allowing lane 3, which is Hamilton Southeastern, to get back in the race. Southeastern pulling up. Nathan Kinney with one of his best splits, keeping his eye on the race. 134.58. Southeastern pulls into second next to Carmel.
Bantista, Cardosi, Wiedemann, Williams, Crabtree, Hale, Cook, and Clark.
Right now Carmel with an early edge. Southeastern swimmer broke out underwater, raised his elbow up, being 3 feet underwater, and tried to fight his way to the surface, and it made a difference. We've seen that happen a couple times in the races. Good tuck and spin.
The anchors will be Alex Grissom for Franklin, Zionsville's Nick Torrance, Justin Rosillo for Hamilton Southeastern, Matt Girth for Carmel, Kevin Behrens for Munster. For Fishers, it'll be Ethan Jamrose, Logan Johnson for Homestead, and Noblesville will send Colin Hansen into the pool.
But Kevin Behrens is going to have to pull out a big swim here to overtake Carmel. With Girth anchoring, he's going to have a big swim. They're about a second behind. Hamilton Southeastern hits the water third. Still a lot of energy from the sidelines watching coaches and athletes jumping up and down. Look at Behrens underwater work.
He got off the platform in wonderful shape. Great exchange by him.
He made up half the distance. Let's see if he's got the back half. He's a great relay swimmer. Look at the underwater work. He's on his hip. Tempo is strong by Behrens, but he's not pulling up. Girth isn't following. Girth's got to finish off the last 25. Behrens is chasing him down.
Girth with a great turn there.
Girth's not going to give this one up.
No.
We got Southeastern and Fishers going head-to-head on the for third and fourth.
Munster finishes second, Fisher in third. Hamilton Southeastern is fourth. Fifth will go to Homestead. Sixth goes to Franklin. Seventh to Zionsville, and eighth place to Noblesville.
Coaches, because they are not just support. They are head coaches in quality programs that are just in a different role. You know, I had always admired one of the gymnastics program we have here in Fishers. It's DeVos Gymnastics, and how many head coaches they actually have in their staff, and not particularly with the title, but all head coaches that make the difference on how nationally these kids perform.
I just finished reading a couple of biographies. One was on the late Tony Hinkle, the Butler legend, and it was interesting to me to learn all of the geniuses in coaching that he came in contact with very early on in his career, the Newt Rockneys and Amos Alonzo Stagg, and what an impact they had on him. And then after that, I read another book, just finished it yesterday, in fact, a biography on Bear Bryant. And, boy, I'll tell you what, his tree of success in terms of former players and assistants that have gone on to accomplish great things is a virtual who's who of college football, and the players that he sent to the NFL from all of the programs that he ran that ended up in the Hall of Fame. It's just absolutely staggering. So, there's certainly no question that you know this because you've been around long enough, and it has to be extremely satisfying for you that you have former swimmers now guiding programs, and we can only hope that these young men and women that we've seen over the past couple of weeks, that once their competitive days have passed them by, that they'll give something back to this sport, and they'll start working with young people and teaching them to be champions, much of the way time was spent with them.
Boy, we could spend the next 30 minutes talking about what you just said. There's a lot of our former state champions and former elite athletes that are now assisting with, for an example, with Westfield, or assisting with, Bloomington South, for an example. And some of these guys that are now out there giving back to the program, there's not one of them that do it for money. And that is kind of interesting that, when you talk to every one of them, they want to give back. For everything that was given to them, they want to give back.
Yeah, if you coach at this level for money, you don't want to sit out and figure out what you get paid by the hour. That's for darn sure. It's just the opportunity to maintain that competitive spirit.
I'm here with the Carmel team. They just clinched the victory for the state championship, as well as the 400-yard freestyle relay. This has to be a great way to cap off. I mean, it's your actual 12th state title, correct?
Yes, it is. It's like a dream. We can't even believe it. Return to glory. It's return to glory. We worked hard all year, and it finally paid off.
Definitely. And I know that the girls won state this year as well. Is there kind of a rivalry between the two of you?
Somewhat. We were just trying to catch up all these years, and we finally did it.
A little smack talking before this.
I don't know about that. More fun girls. No.
All right. Well, congratulations, guys.
Thank you very much.